Hello, hello. Are we live? Okay, do it. Yeah. Good. I um I have a pathological desire to write everything down, which is good because when it gets to situations like this, instead of being stressed and busy, I'm just busy, you know? Because like everything's tracked, right? So you just know what needs to be done. You just gotta like bash through that list. Hmm. Nice. Very cool. Ready? Mm. I think another easy win would be to have an ever so slight randomization on the speed, like -10 and +10%, which means that when you get a big blob of like five of the same enemy type, they're going to naturally space out a little bit. Yeah, I like the idea of slowing down the heavies as well, because typically the heavies deal more damage, and so we should give the player more time to see them coming. All of that. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. I would mm, I would bundle it in with the hero mode, you know? Yeah, and then it's and how will it is it just like sim speed? Will it work for all players? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what will happen with all the replication of the physics objects, like if crates are flying. Should that just work? TM? Oh, okay, great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. I think if you have bots, you definitely need to give the player a toggle to turn them off or to set the amount. For instance, when I play Vermintide, I really don't like having the Vermintide forces you to have all the AI companions, and you actually have to like mod it out, and it's they take all the fun out of it because they kill all the stuff. Mm. Um, yeah. How would that work in multiplayer? They just wouldn't appear. Hmm. I think realistically, the sort of the simplest and probably easiest for players to understand would be an option in the server settings that says AI companions, and then it's just a value that you set from 0 to 3, and then when another player joins, they just delete one of those. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, instead of the kill house. Yeah, I mean, that's mostly content, right? So it's just a case of yeah. That's a risky one. We don't want anything with like too much text. Um, yeah, I would. I would be more inclined just to put this on like loading screen hints. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to articulate my feelings. I'm struggling with the idea that the tip would come up like every time you died, you know? I think for me personally, the correct solution to this is a better tutorial. Um, that's a bit slower and more considered, where players have the time to learn this stuff, whereas the putting the text on the screen is like a little bit of a sledgehammer solution. It's like it will work, but it will probably get a little bit frustrating. The other thing as well is, the Batman example in the bottom right hand screen, getting players, there is something fun and gives people a sense of mastery when they learn. They're like, oh, uh, red guys can't be blocked. Orange guys can't be stunned, or whatever the case might be. So it would be a shame to lose that
Yeah,
discovery.
yeah. For the two-handed item, when there's a couple of things around it. It's like when you pick it up, you drop your items. Is that good or bad friction? I think we used to say it's good friction. That you'd have to go find like a makeshift weapon on your way back to get your stuff. A lot of feedback on the Steam reviews were just like, "That's fucking stupid." Um,
Mm.
so I'm wondering if we just put them in your pocket and let you get them back out again afterwards. Or what you think on that, or whether to just leave it as is.
I think it's. I think it really comes down to if people are playing solo versus multiplayer. I think if you're playing multiplayer and you see your friend get hit in the face and he goes flying and his weapons fly, and then you end up, picking up the crossbow off his body and blasting the guy and sticking him to the wall, that's a really great gameplay moment. But if you're playing solo, every time you get hit, you drop your stuff is a bit of a it's a bit of a death spiral. It's a bit
Yeah. Well, we've solved that for
so
a
I think
solo. I think this is more to do with
hmm.
like picking up a important weapon crate that you've been advised to get, and you've gone in prepared with like your favorite expensive
Oh,
mace and your favorite
right.
shield, and then the moment you pick up the crate, you drop all your shit, and then you have to go back all the way to the back into the game, drop the thing off, and then like go sort of scavenge for your stuff again.
Because we're
Um,
punishing the player for doing the objective in that
yeah,
case.
so I was wondering whether we
Yeah.
just pocket them in that instance, but yeah, when you go down, like drop all your stuff for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because
Okay, okay,
otherwise,
cool.
yeah,
We'll
we're
move on from
punishing
that
them for doing
because
the thing
well,
they're
do you want to add
supposed
another
to do.
5 minutes to this? Because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we know what we're sort of doing here. All right, cool. So stacking behavior. What's this? Increasing. Oh, right, stacking door buff. We spoke about this concept of like giving a buff, so we could come back to that to flesh it out. For onboarding the shields and weapon idea, like we noticed player go straight through into the like following what the game sort of told them to do, which is like kick down the door, go up to the desk in front of you, pick a mission, and then go directly to the APC. Just like walked forward. Didn't take any weapons with him. Spawned in the game, almost started to walk into the world to get smashed up, and he's only got his fists right. But happened to
Mm.
turn around because I sort of spoke up by accident. Um, and and he found some weapons. There's a couple of things we could do here. We could either always give you a shield and weapon by default, which at least as a first time user to go like here's your stuff, go play a mission. If you drop it and come back to the hub, at least you're sat there going like, how do I get a weapon and shield now? Um,
Mm.
and the other option is like, or maybe both, is on that path from your spawn point to the start of the first tile is some shield and weapon like um hangers, right? Like some holders that you could sort of walk forward and be like, I should probably take a weapon. Or just move the whole shop idea to like some stuff that's like on the way rather than behind
Oh,
you.
I think it can be solved by swapping the position of the APC in the shop, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, that's
make
what. Yeah,
and then you just get a club, you just get a regular club and a regular shield, and you make them free. So there's zero gold cost.
yeah. So then now
Um,
you've got this concept of like people are gonna go through the level a bit more methodically, maybe stick together and sort of like go, this is the way. Okay, yeah. I hope that that
yeah,
works. I think that'd be a nice one. I'm gonna highlight that as maybe like something to do soon. Um,
yeah.
as like a next kind of thing. Two-handed item, I would say as well, would be a really nice one to get in. For like very cheap, and I guess this are ones that we're all super happy on. Okay, so for colors and stuff, we did cover this in quite depth last week, so I don't think we need to go over it again. Although there are a
Mhm.
lot of things. The one that we did for this playtest that we're about to do is the danger glow, and so that's just like the most dangerous enemies when they're in range of you are going to glow red until they're down or
Mhm.
arrested, and so we'll see how that feels. But that at least gets you aware that there's like a dangerous person in that crowd. Weapon glow didn't do that. The character was bigger. The glint would be cool if they sort of hung their weapon in the air in a sort of wind up animation, but animations are so fast and a lot of the enemies running directly at you just have fists that I
Mhm.
didn't see the point doing the weapon glint. The We'll see. We can come back to that, and then so maybe this thing is a cool idea, but for this I'd see it as like almost already done through the red again. This stagger thing, there was a conversation around this one. There was like, it kind of breaks the game though. So it's the idea that like in Doom, when you stagger a guy and he goes into this like hanging state, which we have, the guy
Mhm.
goes into like a stun. He has the stars around his head. It's an opportunity for you to wail on him. Um, if he was to like prompt you somehow to be like, you did a good thing, now finish him off, and then maybe that does some extra damage, or there's like a sense that you sort of like did the steps in a good order. Like you kicked the guy or threw something at him, he went into a stun, and then you smashed him and he went straight to the ground, ready for you to arrest him
Mm.
before he gets up. Maybe that would be nice, but what I worry would happen is. Wow, that was 5 minutes. What I worry would happen is you would just kick everyone and then smash them once, and they go down to the. So now it's a game of just like kick, smash, arrest, kick, smash,
Yeah.
arrest. So this is doesn't really make sense to me
I
too
think
much.
if we had a animator who could animate like sick takedowns. You know, you sweep someone's leg out and you flip them over, and then you handcuff them, and you get like extra gold for doing it. And there was a way to we had a bar to kind of limit its use, because um if I remember in Doom, they're not it's not everyone you kill, right? It's
Nah, it's
only
the occasional guy. Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, it could be a thing where it's like, good, get it in Gads too. Um,
yeah. Get on the next
yeah,
one.
takedowns would be cool. For telegraphing, we spoke a lot about this. Oh, okay, that's another 5 minutes because this is good. Is like, um, player can read and learn patterns. Yes, it must be clearer. Red glow may help. Glint may help. Exaggerated poses slow down most of the enemies when they're in attack range.
Hmm.
And then have that one charge type. We spoke about that. We're happy with that. We said we would maybe even do that. Stronger anticipation, like you just said, would require an animator. Difficult to do right now. We do have sound indication, so that's good. The danger hierarchy. Who's the most dangerous? The red glow should help with that.
Yeah.
And recovery animation. This is like after a guy punches you in the midst of combat right now, he'll punch you and then he'll just punch you again and then he'll just punch you again. And there is a delay in there, but it's not clear on him. He sort of just goes to sort of an idle and then just punches you again. Or with the weapon, it's like bam. In fact, they attack the same speed you can, which is so they just like wail at you. So there could be something there to add some delay after their attacks a bit more, and then does that reduce the chaos, of course? But maybe it's a good reduction. This would be the one I'd be the most interested in doing. Is there a benefit to just adding a little bit more of a recovery duration at the end of their attacks, so that you have a
Put
little
in a
bit?
pause.
You're essentially taking less DPS, is the way the outcome would be.
Yes.
So that could be a good thing to do. What do you think?
I think, yeah, especially we did an engine update, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the engine, if I remember correctly, the new version of Unreal's got improved animation editing tools.
Yeah, it has some control stuff, controlling stuff.
So that might be a lot easier to stick in a delay.
Yeah, it might do. Let's have a look at that. I'll put that on the backlog there, and then hit reaction was pretty good. The stun state obviously wasn't clear. The person playing didn't really get it, and so I'm thinking this is clear, but that's because the world is grimy and grungy, and Az is very colourful. So at least adding some black outlines to our stars, making them bigger, move slower, stuff like that would help you see the state more easily, because it's the only thing that represents the state, but it's not as clear as this, and so it needs to really be like hyper clear, right? So that's sort of on my high prio, because it should be really clear. Yeah, stagger hit stop. We spoke about this actually, and we liked it, I think. So it was like the idea that like when you hit the guy, he goes into his ow animation and then pauses there, and then it's a little bit more comic-y. Like it's a little bit more.
And it makes it easier to read.
Reads a lot easier. It's not all very fluid. It's not super fluid. And we spoke about the UI, and we were happy with most of that. And we came up, we pulled this reference. And so the yellow ones on here, which is good timing, so we can go into the game. The yellow ones are the ones that we're looking at today, from the iteration that I did last week. So the hostages now have a marker on them that is about a tile's distance. So you should see that on your way through the game, and never get into a case where you get all the way to the end of the game and go like, well, I didn't see any hostages. So yeah, you should see them on the way. We've got a danger close indicator, which is just this. If I can could I just rotate this? It just does this behind you. If there's an enemy behind you, and if they're down or they're arrested, of course it doesn't show. Items like healing items glow and pulse green. Items like mission items pulse and glow gold. There is something I noticed with this, where on certain lighting conditions you end up with like it's really bright or really dark, and so we'll see how that plays out in a minute.
Okay.
So we talked about that one, and we got the red danger glow. So those are the main, the four things really: colors on items, health and mission, danger glow on enemies, danger close indicator. Hostages have markers on them. One thing I was thinking, we should probably prioritize this. Should probably put markers on the crates. At least the first time you sort of pass them or something, because they suffer the same thing hostages suffer, which is if you go through the whole level and you've got like you picked up a bunch, but you've got like 2 left in the level, and you're just hunting.
Yeah.
It could be nice, maybe even if it's only the last few have markers.
Yeah, as long as it's not all of them, because sometimes you get a lot of crates in the same room.
Yeah, and it's good fun finding them, right?
So, yeah, and I think that's really the sort of crux of this, is like, how do we improve player understanding without
destroying a lot of the chaos.
A bit of the discoverability, and that moment where you're looking for the last crate and you're watching the reinforcement UI widget ticking up, and you're like, oh god, I need to find this before they come. It would be a shame to lose that because you see a giant gold star in the distance.
Yeah, precisely. I'm jumping in the game right now. It's happening. I'm going to stop streaming so I can save a bit of bandwidth.
Update failed. That's new. I've never had that before. Okay. Try that again.
I need to go into windowed mode so I can move the game to the other viewport.
It's not Tuesday.
It's not. Never do this on a Tuesday. Alright, we're back in borderless. I will I'll host a game.
Okay.
Right, so while you're figuring that out, I'll use the chat once again to Guards. So this is Guards. It's a co-op medieval brawler where you take on the role of guards in a medieval city, taking down drug rings and cartels and kingpins. You pick a mission at this map. You've got multiple districts that you can unlock throughout the game using gold that you've lawfully salvaged from the denizens of the streets. So we have these missions on the left that we can do: extracting perps, subduing them, collecting evidence. There's a couple of different types of mission, and there's some like XCOM style world map abilities that you can do, like, oh, we're getting close to losing on the anarchy because we say lost a mission, we gain some red. We could reduce the anarchy, we could increase the number of days on these missions so that they don't auto expire. We could re-roll the missions so we have something different, and our goal is to get this blue bar to the top. Once we do that, we get one special mission and that completes the district. So that's sort of the intro. We don't have an Aiden. We do not have an Aiden yet.
No, I will be there. I think my internet connection was
Oh yeah, I'm
struggling
going
with
to turn
the
the game
concept
audio
of
down a little.
streaming
Yeah.
on Discord and downloading an update.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. Cool.
Okay. Right. I can see you. We don't need to worry about people joining because we're on the dev branch, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, if they do, then I mean, I can kick them. We've got the kick screen. We've got kick green skin. Is that you?
That's me. I changed my handle for capturing some screenshots
Oh yeah.
the other
Nice.
day. Trying not to dox myself.
Yeah, precisely. Okay, so I'll pick a mission. I didn't pick one yet. So let's do subdue. That one's just simple, right? Actually, is there a hostage one? Maybe we should do that. There is not a hostage one. Oh, there is a collect evidence. Let's do collect first, because
Okay.
then we can
Let
have a
me
look
get
at the mission item.
right.
It's
It's quite nice coming back to the game after a while. And
It
sort of
worked.
walking into this hub for the first time.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were working on it, this was like iteration 4 or iteration 5, and I was never really happy with it. But then it's been a while, and then I come in and I'm like, this looks all right, you know?
It was like a game.
Yeah, funnily
Okay.
enough, I saw something showed up in my feed on YouTube yesterday. There's like a guy who streams like medieval weapon stuff.
Oh yeah.
He did an entire video on the feasibility of a frying pan as a weapon, which I thought was pretty good. Okay. So how do you want to do this? We just play the game as normal, or did you want to like take
Keep
it
our eye
slow?
out for the 4 things, right? So
Okay.
if we see healing items, let's take a look at it. If we see a glowing enemy, if we see a mission item.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh god. Oh, interesting. Oh, was that you?
No, it was him. I already took him out.
Oh, good job. Okay, so one note there then is I saw the indicator
Went
but
for
it
it, and then
wasn't
he
quick enough.
chased you from behind.
and then he whomped me. So I don't know if there's like a proximity variable that that you can edit on that.
For the green?
No, for the danger behind indicator.
Ah, right, yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's see how it feels as we play through, because I think in that case he was literally here, and you walked through, and he just went.
He was literally right there.
So
You know
like you
why?
wouldn't have seen it, yeah.
So
And
this
now you
is
got
an
some.
interesting thing
you got
then,
some
because
food.
I saw the glowing green,
Yeah.
and my attention was immediately drawn to it.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Okay. Ironically, my quest for health got me killed. Cool. Okay, so this is good. This is, it's much more obvious now that this is a special crate.
Yeah.
I do
I just
wonder
looked at
as
you,
well.
dropped all your items, and like, sad.
Yeah. So I do wonder if when you have the crate picked up here, we should draw a label on the screen that says "Write RMB drop
Yeah,
LMB" on
I didn't write it
crate.
down, but yes, I think I wrote it on my phone. No, I did. We didn't cover it because we didn't look at the UI slide, but there is a bit on
Yeah.
there that does say, like Valheim, when I
Mhm.
have new contextual actions, I should have them in the bottom right corner. Well,
Yeah.
with the keybinds, which have been moved to the bottom right in the redesign. So yeah, definitely agree. We should have that keybind shown. Oh, frying. I'll take it.
Oh, nice. Oh, crossbow.
I was playing with Nicola the other day, and
Mhm.
she had the frying pan. It has crazy attenuation.
It does. Yeah.
It's
I
just
love
so
it.
audible.
Oh god, I've lost my crossbow skills. I'll get wrecked. Okay, cool. So I'm
How
gonna
many
take
do we
this
need?
crate
We need
back.
six of them. They're one number.
See if you can dodge this.
So what's this star then? Okay, that's the. Since we're also putting a little bit of a focus on UI and UX kind of solutions, I wonder if instead of drawing everything in world space all the time, there would be any value in having a compass, just to keep it out of world space a little bit and just clear it up.
I'm not too sad about the one gold star that's sort of guiding lights us, because it's like the only one right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy with that. I think it's good to have a very clear way doing that. Compass is always good too. Every time I've noticed compasses in games just don't work. Like, people just don't pay attention to it.
They don't, but I'm wondering if oh, okay, his hair is special.
His head does not glow.
I wonder if the compass helps just as a background kind of subconscious kind of element, where as you turn you see it turn, and it just helps you with orientation. Not something that you're cognizant of all the time, but just as you're turning around and facing directions.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's something to think about, for sure. Time are we on? We're on 141. But I'm up. Have you seen the red glow on the guys so far?
I have, yeah. I've seen it on the Spearman, and I've seen it on the Hammer Lady, and so far so good. It triggers. So I'm gonna let this lady come at me. I think my first feeling as a player is I can see this threat, but I need to let her get really down.
Yeah, I'm shot down as well. I'm not getting back up. I'm not getting back up from this.
Good as new.
Nice.
Hang on, let me deal with these perps and then I'll get right back to you. So in this scenario here, as a player, I was doing sort of what I was supposed to. I walked up and I took it slow, and I saw the targets up ahead. Then I drew the targets aggro, and they started running towards me. And as they ran towards me, it was not a threat, not a threat, not a threat, not a threat, until they got about here. Oh, that's not the ping button.
There's no ping on
until
it,
they
yeah.
Yeah. Just until they got to about here, and then it was very much a threat. And so I wonder if maybe there's
A little bit more
something that
distance.
we can do. Increase the distance, but also blend it in a bit more smoothly, so that it gets.
Yeah, I didn't add any blending. I
Yeah.
just had it on or off. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And these are all like minor improvements. Just
yeah, exactly. No, so it's nice to have those minor things, because when I do the next pass on other stuff, I can just go tweak values.
It's all very brain to mouth as well. I'm like playing the game and literally just saying it as it pops into my head. So keep that in
Also,
mind.
the
So
the
this is
hair was not glowing, which was odd.
so this is great. So as a player, I walk up to this alley, and I can see this glowing health potion there, just like blinking away in the distance. And I think I would have definitely missed that if I didn't have the glow, because it's sort of like hidden in this little.
It could almost be a prop of the landscape, like this rock.
Exactly, yeah.
I
I think
attracted them
another
with
thing.
sound. I punched the floor and they were like, huh, sound?
I think another thing that I'm starting to realize, just the longer I'm sort of making my own games, is I think the average player has like a pretty low spec machine. I think there's actually a lot more like lower spec machines
Yeah.
for players than there are like for necessarily like us when we're making it. And I haven't got the greatest PC in the world, but I do notice a lot of people who are streaming have like super low resolution, super low detail, and that so oh god, all of these changes will definitely help those players as well.
Yeah. Yeah, part of me was doing the engine upgrade. Oh, why am I red?
Okay.
There's a guy behind me.
That was amazing. Okay, so I got the behind indicator. I'm going to kick this dude into this. Oh god, that didn't work.
He's up. Down, sir.
Behind me?
I had that as well. I think there's a guy like somewhere.
Probably someone on the wall, right?
Or on the wall, yeah. That's annoying. It's gone now though. So maybe it was the guy in front
It definitely saved. Okay, I'm getting it now. Was he on the wall? Oh, was it because
it was him? But for some reason, I was getting it when he was in front of me. So strange. Might be a bug there somewhere. So essentially, it's just a box that's attached to your butt.
Oh, really? And if someone gets inside it, it
yeah, it just glows. Yeah, it was that simple.
Oh, gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, he almost went overboard.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. Yeah, there's still something about this game that I love, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no, what did you do?
I fell into the, the very obvious spikes that were underneath me. Okay, let's get out of here without dying again.
Enter the APC. Have we done it then? Have we?
Oh, I guess we did actually. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, because I threw that one crate in, but then reinforcements happened at the same time. And so then we just went and fought the reinforcements, I guess. So that's interesting.
Waiting for leader.
Yeah. Well,
good.
Did we get everything in that? Yeah, we got. The only one we didn't see is hostages, I think. We saw objective.
We can do another one as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, a couple of minor things came up, but overall a very positive improvement so far, I think.
Yeah. That's fine. Got hostages, now I'm going to re-roll it. Did I just re-roll it?
No hostages? Okay.
Oh, I don't have enough money.
Oh no. Here, get some cash.
Tell you what I could do. Which district? Achievement for spending money. That's interesting. I clicked on crypt. It took my 500 money.
Oh, that's.
Oh, it's because it's I remember why now. It's a build up, right? That's just a UX. That's just a UX problem. It's like I clicked it. It took as much money as it could, and then just the number changed.
We've got a hostage. Maybe we could put a bar there. Maybe a note for you.
Yes.
Maybe a note there is make it a bar fill.
Barfield Gold, yeah, on district, yeah. That would be an immediate, easy little fix.
Easy win.
Yeah. For us, it's easy, but it's the instructions for the publisher team that worry me. So we could do it easy for the PC version. What's that, mate? You were saying?
We got a hostage mission now.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, let's do a quick run. Use my fists of bludgeoning instead of any.
I forgot how nightmarish that on fire scream is.
Oh yeah.
Haunting.
Yeah, truly. Yeah. You mean you didn't bring that scream into Hunters?
No, no. It haunts my dreams.
Oh, this is my new favourite way of dealing with this guy. The animation's so long that you can get behind him and just steal his weapon.
Oop.
Whoa, that was close.
That was close. Just
You
shot
almost
right
got
by
him,
the face.
and then because I knocked him down, you almost got me. Oh, here you go. Here's
Yeah, and but I was playing Lethal Company when I was playing with you guys, and I hadn't played it before, and it made me realise that this game is not actually that much more punitive than Lethal Company. Lethal Company is incredibly punitive. And how come people don't get mad when they play Lethal Company, despite the fact that the combat is more rudimentary? In many ways, it's more punitive. And I think it's just about sort of setting the player's expectations. And maybe
yeah, I saw
like
a guy the
horror
other day
game.
who makes games under the label Jank.
Oh yeah.
That is the name of the studio, Jank. I was like, yeah, fair. That
Yeah.
really does set the expectation right there. Just call it Feral Studio or whatever you were saying the other day.
Yeah, but I think it's also about people who play horror games are used to being weak, and with guards, it's kind of like a power fantasy. So we're sort of telling them, you know, to it's a communication. It's a communication sort of issue. It's like we want you to feel awesome when you succeed because it's hard.
Lucky with that one.
Oh no!
Well,
Well, you saw the hostage at least, so
I did see the hostage. Yeah.
I had the. I'm glad because if you said no, I didn't, I'd be like, well.
It would be nice to try and see one that's not spawned like directly in front of me if it was hidden behind a rock or something. Just to
Yeah,
see.
yeah. I wonder if there will be another one.
Yeah, we can see.
We've got 10 more minutes. And we sort of already did the action list for next time anyway, so that
Yeah, exactly.
saves us a little bit.
Extract perps. Nope.
But what I can
I
do
don't
is
know.
restart the
Restart the session.
main menu.
Have we
Yeah.
not got the dev
Admin
note?
stuff? No, I don't remember how to turn it
the-
on. It's
The
been a
game
bit.
master. What about the game master mode? Could we?
Yeah, oh, we could actually, yeah. Let me go back to the main menu. I'll turn that on. All you got to do is lock the server for the game master. So, do I have you added as a friend?
Oh, that's okay. We can.
Can't do it.
We can
locked.
see if there's one. Did you? Did you
Yeah,
take the
I've
second?
launched. So. Oh, it's a locked game.
I'm in. Well, I'm on the loading screen.
Yeah. This doesn't do anything.
Q.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got two, so that's good.
Cool.
So actually, there's another note I didn't say is we wanted a UI toggle, like a settings toggle for these elements.
Yeah, in case someone wants.
It's just
to
like,
turn it on.
oh, why did they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the feeling. It's just like
It
forced
depends.
on
I
you.
mean, I think that's the thing, right? It's just about letting people tailor the experience to how they like it without undermining the sort of core of the game.
Figure that would be an easy one as well to implement. So I'll just make a component that all you got to do is add it to the HUD class, and then it will go and
Yeah.
find the settings menu, add them dynamically.
That's nothing a flag in a
Behind. I just got the behind trigger. Okay, that works. That works. That
Yes, I
solves the issue of... Oh god,
Another one.
another one. Okay, so the behind indicator is working pretty effectively. The core of the issue there is us knocking people down and not knowing that they're still active threats. But in a way, that's not bad, because then as a player, you're sort of forced to make sure that you've sort of neutralized everyone before you move on. Kind of like Ready or Not, when you have to sort of bag up the evidence.
Oh yeah. Drop a green light on the floor.
Yeah.
I love this guy's going straight for you, seeing you through the wall. He's just running straight past me.
He knows who the real threat is.
Let's go hostage. We've got 6 minutes.
You can tell you've been playing again recently because you're like, you know, super familiar with all the
Yeah, controls and like
with the
little...
combat. Oh, yeah, that was.
Yeah, the first time I replayed this, was it 2
Oh,
weeks ago? Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, I can't remember how to throw an item out.
You fight like an infant.
I'm actually a really big fan of the behind indicator. That's saved my life quite a few times.
Yeah, it's just saved me again.
I think that's probably, of all the work that you did last time, I think that is going to be the one thing that sort of moves the needle the most in terms of reducing frustration.
Yeah. I'll be taking that money, thank you very much.
Oh! Okay. I might have nuked myself. Did I nuke you as well, or did I nuke
You
the
did, I was right there following up.
Yeah.
Saw you with the crate, and I was like, he's not going to throw that at the man right here. Never would he do.
In my defense, I was aiming for the guy behind him.
Yeah, yeah. It
cool.
might have
Did you
been a
wanna
combo
try-
of me throwing a club at that guy, and it actually hit the crate. I just want to say a hostage. So we've still got 4 minutes. This is like speed run until we find a hostage.
Speedrun.
Oh, no worries here. Yeah, marker at least.
That's not great. That's great. Okay. I'm helping.
I want to steal his weapon. That's literally all I wanted to do, was like steal the weapon. No, it didn't work.
No, that I might have slapped you in the side of the head with a planking wood.
I might be dead. I think I'm dead.
Good as new.
First aid.
Behind. Yeah,
I'm gonna feel that one in the morning.
doing combat and articulating my thoughts at the same time. Okay, that works well. I see a hostage in here. I see the glow. At the very least, as a player, it sort of makes me realise that it's like not a target and to pay a bit more attention.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping. I think when we spoke in the call with Brian as well, was making it really clear that this human with eyebrows and a faceted face is not an evil human like the other humans with eyebrows and a faceted face. They all look somewhat similar. which is another condition of just like not having an art team. We could try and make sure that all enemies wear red. I guess would be one of the points, but this is an easy solution to this, I think. Elegant enough.
Yeah, it works. Right?
Yeah, that's it. Make it exist. So yeah, that was all I wanted to see. It was just like check a hostage out. Marker's gone now. We've gone past the point of like knowing about that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now that there's fewer things trying to kill me, I guess my feelings so far are that the green health thing, like, yeah, absolutely fine, pretty straightforward, nothing particularly complicated there. The gold on the hostages and the items is enough. It's subtle enough to make me pay attention to it and realize that it's not standard. The behind indicator is awesome. Like, it's really, really good. It saved my life a couple of times so far. And it's been a little bit wonky, where sometimes, or rather, I don't think it's actually a problem with the system. I think it's more highlighting some of the other game state communication issues about not knowing who's alive and who's down. You know, you get the indicator and you turn around and you see everyone on the ground. And you're like, oh, that's weird. And then you turn back again, you get the indicator again, and you're like, oh, there must be someone there.
Must be someone, yeah. And then it's like, oh, it's. I'll have to check if it's like a KO'd person on the ground is triggering it.
It can
nice.
feel a little bit heavy-handed in so much as, not in terms of its efficacy, but just in how it turns on, because it goes from like not existing to like existing very much very quickly. So I don't know if that's just like a fade in.
Yeah, there's some timings that we can play with on that.
Yeah, some timings that can be tuned. And then regarding the red effect on enemies, I think that the... Hang on, let me get you up.
You got lucky with that one.
Right to the head though.
When... So we talked about having it fade in at a distance.
Yeah. Increase the range and the blend on the red glow, and then...
Yeah, I think as well, when I'm engaged in a brawl and I see like 3 targets, I can see one's red and I know that that's the bad one, and so I can keep an eye on it. It's the effect right now feels like a little bit much, and it takes my attention, which is great, but when it's applied to like the whole character model, it can just feel like pretty...
Yeah, it might want to be like an outline or...
Yeah, and I was looking at Vermintide today for something unrelated, and I noticed that on Vermintide they do like a 1 pixel stroke around like certain key targets. So maybe that's an option.
One way I've done it before with this particular one is like, I got an idea I can show you next week for that actually. Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise great stuff.
I've got that little list. I'll pop that in.
Yeah, the behind indicator is a game changer.
That into the Figma. We've got new notes. Okay. Well, it's 2:00, so I know you have.
I have to shoot off. Yeah,
you have to shoot.
That was good stuff. Yeah, I appreciate
awesome.
you having me back on.
Yeah, anytime. And then, every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, same time next week. So yeah, I'll get cracking on some of the stuff that we highlighted as well. So we'll have a list of new things to look at next week.
Yep.
Awesome.
All
When
right.
are you going to push the update to your community, by the way?
I've been having to think about it. It's I'm just trying to think when the best time to do it is. A little part of me wants to just do it now, but I'm not sure as during Next Fest is like necessarily the best idea.
I'd say if you want that this one that we just played, if you're happy enough with it, that it could go out, and then we can get more feedback as well, and maybe we'll have already improved some of the things, but it's mostly color, like or opacity of things. So I don't know. It could push this one out now, and then it gives you a week or so leeway for another one.
Yeah, and I think we need to. I think we need to. I think we'll definitely need to break it into different chunks and get feedback on it in different chunks.
Yeah,
I think there's a couple of things that we talked about today, just like the super red deadly enemies might be a bit much. But we can always chat about it offline and figure out when the best time to do it is.
Yeah, it'll be good to see and say, and then actually we can put a little story on LinkedIn. Like, hey, we worked with Indie.
Yeah,
but yeah, awesome, man. We'll catch you next Wednesday.
Thanks again for your time. I will
chat
to you in
have
a
good one.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, let's clean up this last bit here. We've got increasing the range on that. We've got a thing about bug. Some settings toggles would be nice for the new stuff. And then we've got this last one here. Okay, so these are the little bits of feedback that we got. So let's copy them. Pop that in. If anyone's in chat, by the way, sorry, I wasn't checking it. It was one of those. It's one of the podcasts where I'll check the chat at the end, and so I see there's one person viewing. I am gonna close the stream now, but if you want to leave a comment on the VOD, that will be awesome. That info there. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to crack on with next week. So next steps will be playing with the initial weapon and shield combo for the new player experience, or at least having those be free on the intro to a new level. Not dropping your items when you pick up a two-handed weapon, a fix for the death spiral. It would be nice to do this recovery animation, though I am going to put it down a notch, and then slowing down enemies, giving them different speeds, making the stun or KO state clearer, because like we experienced in this play session, we were getting danger markers for guys behind us who were probably on the floor that we didn't quite realize were about to get back up, and then adding markers to the crates so that it's only for the last ones in the scene. So that'll be for another stream, and I'm going to close this out here. Thanks for joining, and yeah, that was Scope Creep. We'll be back for another one next Wednesday. Cheers.